I have got the thumbs up to start, which means we are ready to go. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the winter update for AMI. We are going to talk through several major updates across AMI products, including new functionality in the Copilot, the AMI Play app, jukeboxes, reporting, our arcade improvements. We'll talk about our partnership with Amusement Connect and where that's going, and of course, updates on our innovator winner for this year, the Phantom. Beta tests are complete, and we are excited to share the latest journey with you. I'm accompanied by Chris Owens, Jill, and Jeff Johnson. So let's get started. The first feature we're going to talk about is Remote Collect. This has been the most requested improvement on AMI. And what this allows you to do is collect from anywhere, be it your office, your truck, you're sitting on the couch, you can collect from anywhere. This is available on the Copilot and the operator website. And one useful aspect of this is if you ever had a hard drive failure, this feature is built on adaptive polling. So we are frequently talking with the jukebox and registering the collections and making that available to you. So if you do have a hard drive failure, you can now collect before you change it. And this is rolling out right now. The Copilot version is 2.10, and this is rolling out along with the jukebox. So if a jukebox is on 11.10, which is our latest software, you will see a collection tab on your operator as well as the Copilot. And if your jukebox has not updated to 11.10, it won't show up. But this is going to be a very useful feature. We've already tested it out with operators, and it's a big success. Next up, once again on the Copilot, we have custom time ranges and split reports for revenue. We've already had a revenue report on the Copilot for all your locations. Now you can have splits of your cash and mobile and card, but you can also go for custom reporting. And we've got, for a quick report, you can go to a 7-day, a 30-day, or a last month, or a year-to-date revenue report for that particular venue. This is also...
Sorry, your screen's not shared, just so you...
Oh, it's not shared?
I can see your screen.
Let's try that again. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So thank you for bringing that up. I'll quickly go back to Remote Collect. And this is the screenshot of the Copilot version of Remote Collect. And then you have the operator version of the Remote Collect. And if you go to your operator website, go to jukeboxes, you'll see, if you're on 11.10, you will see a collection tab that shows up right next to configuration. Jill, all good? You can hear and see me okay?
I can, yes. I'm hoping everyone else.
Thank you. Chris.
No, go ahead. I was just going to speak to what this does for the operator from an efficiency standpoint in an effort to try to save money and, not only make it a little bit more efficient, but give you more visibility of the locations and how the revenues are. So. Right.
Custom revenue reports, talked about it. This is what it looks like. Again, it's rolling out as we speak. Uh, the next one I'm very excited about. With this feature, AMI is building the foundation for a more personalized, more predictive search experience across our entire platform. Our goal is simple: to help you and your customers get to the music you want faster and more accurately than ever. This auto completes your query, handles your spelling mistakes, because spelling out Leonard Skinner after a few drinks is just unfair. So we've shown this at IAPA. This is going to be a major feature. We're using very state-of-the-art tech. That's the underlying tech with AMI Play. We showed this at IAPA, and it's rolling out in early Q1. Chris, anything to add?
Yeah,
You were at IAPA showing this off.
the feedback from the operators was great, because I think one thing that we can do, just in an effort to try to make it a little bit more simple, make it easier to find your music. Obviously, we know is if it's easier to find it, the spend is going to be up. They're going to be able to play more music. They're going to be able to generate more revenue. I'm very excited about this one, because this is kind of this will have a direct influence on the earnings on the jukebox, just making it a little bit more simple. Like, it's very intuitive. It can, obviously predict what you're trying to find. And there's even some logic behind it to make sure that, if you're within reason of trying to search for the music, you're going to be able to find it. You're going to be able to play more quickly. At least the patrons will be. And I think this is going to be a direct bottom line impact benefit to the operator base. So very excited about this one. And the feedback we got from the show was fantastic.
The next few features I have are already released. They're out there, but I wanted to bring them back in this presentation, because now that we've released the Phantom, these become more and more relevant. First of which is like a staff playlist. Since all of the selections for the Phantom happen on mobile, this allows the staff to actually make a connection with the patrons by allowing them to create playlists. Playlists show up in the AMI Play, like we see in this screenshot. At Slackers, you've got 4 bar staff actually who have created these playlists and get their patrons engaged. This goes in addition with all of the stuff we offer on the Copilot, along with our staff rewards program. Another feature that goes well with the Phantom is just the setup. We've had this feature successfully used by a lot of operators that allow you to set up a jukebox with a venue's configuration by just scanning a code, and you can set up a venue in literally the record right now is 3 minutes 50 seconds, and if you beat it, I will be talking about you in my next presentation. So let us know. But these are features of the Copilot that go well with all of our offerings that we are talking about. With the Phantom and with all of our jukeboxes, we at the A show showed the L bar, and the L bar is our more dynamic display offering that not only shows now playing, it shows what's next in the queue, upcoming trivia games, leaderboards, local ads, even the crossover between trivia and jukebox. If you see my screen behind me, it's available for all of our jukeboxes. The L bar shows on top, but it also shows on the secondary screen, also shows up on all of your trivia devices. That is also a part of 11.2 that's rolling out this month, and we'll keep, everybody should have it by January. Pretty exciting feature that also works on all of our jukeboxes. Next.
Real quickly, before you move on, if I can add to that, we know that jukeboxes that have connected monitors and locations generate more revenue. And what we want to do is provide additional content, more content for those connected monitors to get more eyeballs attracted to them and get awareness for the jukebox. So, this will have a direct effect on engagement at the location, and very excited to see some more content coming out for these connected monitors.
Right. Even when I constantly have this curve behind me, and since the L bar, I actually observe that the now playing song more often than before the L bar. So that's going to have like an impact of actually making the connection between the second screen and the music that's playing at the venue. Good. Before I jump into the arcade update, if you joined in late, if you have any questions about the features we talked about, please write them up in the Q&A section, and at the end of it, we will try to answer most of them. And you're also going to be, or you're also automatically enrolled for a Phantom giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Said that, want to talk about our innovations with Amusement Connect. We launched this the AE show in 2024, and now we have over 500 active devices in more than 100 venues. Amusement Connects put out reports that show you your cash and coin and mobile split using their mobile mech device. And we've also launched promo cash cards to promote arcade. So like you took these cards before and that gave you credits, these are exactly the same, but they give out a cash prize like you see in the image. You get $3 that you could spend on arcade and then keep spending. Another feature that our partners at Amusement Connect just informed me about is this tap to play feature. I'm going to try and show you a video of that so you can see it for self, and then Chris and I can talk about it. Sec. I'm going to reshare my screen. Can you see my screen still, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Chris shared this feature with me, I was just blown away. I think everybody's used to going to gas stations and tap to pay for gas at grocery stores, and that equipment's very expensive, and for like a minimal price, Amusement Connect and AMI have gotten this technology to all of your arcade games. It's mind-blowing, which they showed it at IAPA. Chris, any feedback on that?
Yeah, I think obviously what we saw at IAPA was fantastic. I was actually at an installation where they're utilizing the tap for play. And it was amazing to watch patrons come over and just figure out how to use it very, very easily. Anytime you can eliminate any friction in trying to get that spend to utilize the wallet that we have is going to generate more revenue. And very excited to see how quickly they picked onto it. We've made a lot of advancements, especially with our partnership with Amusement Connect, on improving on this product that we have out there. Obviously, touched upon the last slide, hundreds of locations, well over 100 locations, well over 500 connected devices out there. And this is just going to make it easier for the patrons to be able to utilize that wallet so they can go in and just search through the app, or they can tap the pay to take you directly to the device. And again, the patrons are familiar with that type of spend. It's just going to propel the earnings on that product even further. So very excited about this. And obviously very thankful for our partners at Amusement Connect to develop this, and that partnership is going extremely well, and we're moving forward with a lot of enhancements on that. So a very well done job, and to see it in the wild in a location was pretty exciting to see.
Awesome. The innovations keep coming. Uh, 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 a much requested feedback for when you schedule free play on our jukeboxes and you forget that you had scheduled free play on our jukeboxes. So now we have a start and end date and time where you can enable free play and end it as well. So you've got in the screen, you can have all the flexibilities of when you want it, on which days, what time, and when does it get enabled and end. So this is also rolling out in 11.10. So coming soon to all of your jukeboxes. All of the features that I've talked so far, they are available on all of your jukeboxes. So it doesn't matter. After our Win 10 update, 100% of your jukeboxes, be it an NGX 32 or an Infinity or the Curve or any of the minis, the Atom, or the newest addition to our lineup, which is the Phantom, all of these features are available on all of our jukeboxes. And that's the power of our platform tech that allows us to deploy all of these features and just make your hardware last that much longer. And then I'm going to ask Chris to talk about the Phantom.
We showed this at Amusement Expo to much fanfare. We got the beta test started back in the end of July. Dozens of units that we had sent out, several connections that we have with those as well. And we were able to glean quite a few things from the beta test. Number one, the platform is extremely solid, no service issues. And that beta test only included what we would call the base Phantom, which is actually the media player itself. It's connected into house systems, so the control was done through a rack system that they may have at the location. But what we found as well is not only did it open up more verticals, more segments that we could enter into, chain locations. We've got some casino, or we have a casino lounge out there. We've got some replacements of existing locations. The earnings are strong, and it's also given the operators an opportunity to maybe apply a different business model than what we're all typically used to. So we have some out there that are on a standard rev share, the money that goes in, the net of that you split with the location. But we're also seeing some operators that have come up with some creative ideas for maybe taking first money, maybe taking minimums, but offering a package to a location that may have a bunch of different products that are in their location. It's unified in the Phantom. You have pay for play, background music, you have ad manager product as well, and they can get one product that solves all of those issues, and especially go against streaming music, which is something that we've all been dealing with. Unlicensed streaming music at location. Anything that goes and plays through the Phantom Jukebox is fully licensed. You have the full complement of our catalog. Background music is licensed, and oh yeah, we have ad manager, we have music videos, we have all these other products that go along with that. We are currently shipping production units on the Phantom base unit now. We went through our initial inventories of the bridge and the amplifier to give you a little background on that. Your bridge will give you a little bit more distributed audio. You can have microphone inputs. You can have looping if you want to have that. In essence, that'll give you a little bit more flexibility on the location installation, the types of locations you can go into. And then we also have a 1,000-watt amplifier, 4 channels, so that you can get, pretty much setting up the Phantom like you would with a traditional jukebox in that type of location if you want that as well. Like I said, the base units are available now. We'll have more bridges and amps right after the first of the year to fill those orders that we have in-house and new orders that are coming in. And, if you have an interest in Phantom, certainly reach out to your RSM. He can give you an idea on pricing, availability, and, we're in full production now. So very excited about that.
Awesome. We introduced this Atom lighting kit, and just wanted to remind people that if you have an Atom, you can have a light kit that just brings out the colors of the Atom wonderfully. Reach out to your sales rep for pricing, and with that, we go to the recap. We talked about a lot of stuff. Talked about remote collect, custom reports, mainly predictive mobile search, second screen enhancements, bunch of updates on the arcade payment stuff with Amusement Connect, and mainly the Phantom. I would need a separate webinar to talk about trivia and what some of the enhancements that are coming to trivia. Trivia is also coming on the Jukebox and the Phantom in Q1, Q2. And I'm very excited about what I get to share with you in spring. With that, we're open to questions. Once again, we're going to announce a winner for the Phantom. Thank you for listening to us, and we will post a recording of this video on the AMI Operator channel if you want to be reminded of these videos and many other videos that we are putting up. 51 videos so far. Just subscribe to AMI Operators on YouTube, and when you click on the bell icon, it'll actually remind you when we post a video. So with that, Jill, can you get some questions?
Sure. So I'm going to try and group these together by category the best I can. This last one you actually just touched on briefly, but I'm going to repeat it just in case anyone missed it. Is the Phantom going to have some sort of integration with AMI Trivia as well?
Yes, we are. We've showed it at the IAPA show and the AE show. This is already in development, and it should be rolling out in the Q1, Q2.
Okay, next question. Currently US only, or is the Phantom also available for Canada?
The
I
Phantom,
think.
sorry,
Go ahead.
Kapil, if I could jump in
Yep.
and answer that one. Any market that we have AMI products currently, the Phantom will be available. So we have no issue shipping Phantoms currently. That would be for the Canadian market, US market. Anywhere you can get AMI products now, you can have the Phantom product as well.
Also, Chris, it looks like you were using a wireless HDMI that they saw at the last webinar, and they were wondering if you know which one that was. if you don't know offhand, we know who answered that and we will let you know afterwards, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there.
Yeah, we have, and I've tested a couple different brands. I mean, obviously these are coming over, from Asia. So a lot of the brands, or a lot of the products are available amongst different brands. I'm happy to send this over. The couple units that I've tested here have been extremely reliable. No latency between what's actually broadcasting on the jukebox and what's showing on the TV. So I will, either answer the question directly to whom it is, or we can send out via email a couple of the different devices that I used. And of course, you can source those out. They're both of which are available on Amazon. Both seem to be extremely stable and they work well.
Okay, next question. What does the back of the Phantom look like? How do we set up gain structure, video outputs, and programming for install?
Uh, yeah, so that's a great question. So the Phantom has the same jukebox service screen that is your touchscreen when you go to any of your jukeboxes. So you've got a remote control here that has like a service button that is like protected, and you should be able to configure that uh, using the remote. All of our Phantoms can also be remote in through calling tech support. They can log into any of their devices. And for the provisioning, as we already talked about, the Copilot will continue to do more with the Phantom and the jukeboxes. So the provisioning is already there. That works. For collection, you don't have a touch screen, but the remote collect feature on the Copilot allows you to do collections through Copilot as well as the operator. So to look at it, all of these things, all of these features are making the maintenance and servicing of the Phantom pretty streamlined.
Okay, I have two questions here, so I'm going to read both of them, but I think you should be able to answer them together. Is trivia going to play through the jukebox or will it still be separate? And then the second part is, will trivia be promoted through the jukebox?
So the first question is, trivia is going to be on the second screens for the jukebox, and you cannot have, so it'll be full screen. It's not in the middle of the L bar. It will show up on the TVs if you are in the trivia mode for the jukebox. If you want to promote music video instead, then you will have a scheduler in the operator website and the Copilot that will allow you to schedule for certain timings. Music video does huge where we have TVs. I think our top venues are music video locations, so we don't want to disrupt that business. That's why we have schedules. I think trivia is more of a Tuesday, Wednesday engagement that perfectly complements the music video and music business, which is very active Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. What was the second question, Jill?
Will trivia be promoted through the jukebox?
Yes, there is a lot of cross promotion on the AMI Play app. As you know, the AMI Play app now, once you go into the venue, the tabs kind of show on the bottom. So you are already just one tab away from the trivia or music or even arcade. Uh, a lot of people have a friction point when they are creating their accounts and logging into a venue. We got rid of our old app and combined all the functionality in the AMI Play app. So now it's much more streamlined. And yes, on our secondary screens and our primary screens, we will start cross promoting both, which should uh, uh, bring in major engagement for both our products.
Okay, next question. When you do a remote collect, can you show the collection report?
I uh, I by you can still see my screen.
Yes.
I'm gonna just yes, you can see the details of the collection on the Copilot and the operator. It's pretty similar to what the jukebox looks like. Jeff, anything to add there?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that you basically covered all of the details and everything that show for the current collection period will show up for both Copilot and Operator. And all of that data will be accurate at the time that you load the page. So it won't be 10 minutes old. If it loads and shows collect, it'll all be accurate from what the jukebox has at that point in time.
Okay, next question. A few more on remote collect. When collecting from remote, does it clear the cache in the bill validators, or is it just the mobile play revenue?
Right.
Yeah, I can hop on that. It's gonna act as though you actually pressed collect from the jukebox, so it will clear out the cache box. So this page is kind of designed to just remotely press collect on the jukebox itself. So you'll still have to have somebody go out there at some point to get the cache, but it is going to collect the cache box remotely in terms of the collection screen.
If I can add to that real quickly, some of the feedback we showed this at IAPA, last month, and some of the feedback is that that there may be a benefit just to do the mobile collection aspect of this and leave the cache in, especially if there's a high volume of mobile and just a little bit of cache that can be reconciled later. Obviously, this is innovative for us to have this available on here, and we're always welcome to the feedback that we get from operators to make some enhancements on this. But for right now, it's going to do both the mobile and the cache that may be within the location and credit card that are within the location. But I have received some feedback that doing mobile only is something that operators would be interested in. We'll look at that.
Okay, so the one question I think we just answered that was how do you collect the cache? So I'm going to skip over that one. The next one is, does it show the collection history, dates and times, and the location name?
Jeff, you want to take that one?
Yeah. So it's not going to show the location name. It'll be specifically for the jukebox. Sorry, what was the other part of that? The collection times are on there. You can see actually the screen that Kapil is showing. But this will be the case for Copilot as well, that you're going to show the collection times for the last collection and currently what you're looking at for the current collection.
And I think if you're interested in like collection history, I think there is like a report on the operator website that will give you a lot more details.
Yes.
Okay, this moves on to related to Amusement Connect. How do the $3 cards actually work with the arcade? Does it basically behave like a free play? And then also coupled with that is there a way to prevent some games from being able to use the bonus dollars? For instance, redemption games like claw machines have a very different cost per play than an arcade or pinball machine.
Chris, do you? I probably should
I can address
guys talk to you.
Yeah, I can address the first one, and then I may have you ask the second portion of that question again, Jill, just to make sure I answer succinctly here. But the way these work now, with our previous promo cards that we had, it was strictly based on credits, and what that allowed the patron to do is to only use that on the music side of it. Since we're a true wallet, and now this is a wallet load. It's fungible in the sense that you can use it on the jukebox, you can use it on the games. If it's a dollar game, then it's just going to deduct $1 from your wallet. So they work on both, and that's the reason why we designed to do this, so we could get some more awareness of the product out there, but also give the patrons an opportunity to use it both on the music side and the game side. And can you repeat the second portion of that, Jill?
Basically, is there a way to exclude certain games from being able to use the free cash that's redeemed from these cards?
I tell you what, I can get an answer for that, and my assumption is that look, if it's $1 to play a game, or if at $2 you get 3 games, that bonus would still be enacted. And I don't know whether or not we can exclude some particular devices from that, but I'm happy to get that answer, and we'll get back with you, within the next day.
Just to clarify, if you submitted a question anonymously, we cannot get back to you. So if you do have the question and it was answered and it was submitted anonymously, please drop it back into the Q&A with your actual name, and we'll be sure to get back to you afterwards. Okay, the next question on Amusement Connect. So with over 1,100 locations using Amusement Connect Mobile Mech, are you seeing an increased trend in arcade mobile play?
Yes, absolutely. If I was going to kind of give you the asset classes that seem to be doing the best, darts, pool, claw machines, redemption machines. I mean, basically anything in the location, but we are seeing an uptick in the overall collection. And not just if you were to look at, the amusement devices and you look at the jukebox, you look at them together, those that are using the Amusement Connect, you do get that uplift. So it's just an easier way to spend the money. And once they get into the app and they start utilizing that to play games, again, it becomes like the jukebox in the sense that people are spending and spending and spending. So, yes.
Okay, we have
and Chris, to add to that, I mean, the operational efficiency and the reporting and the innovations, they're just, we're doubling down on that, and it's been very exciting to see this roadmap on this partnership. It's going well beyond what we showed at like the AE show 18 to 20 months ago.
one more Amusement Connect question. How is tap to pay for the mobile mech? Is the tap to pay for mobile mech a separate device, and how is it wired to the mobile mech?
The actual tap to pay would go directly through your phone. So just if you were using it on your app, or you're using the tap to play to get into that just a little bit more quickly, it would still trigger the machine the same way. So not any kind of wiring directly from the tap to pay device, let's say, into the machine. It's just another conduit to get you to the app so that you can play the game more quickly.
Okay, we have a few more Phantom questions. These are both related to the amp, so I'm going to ask both questions at the same time. Does this have a 1,000-watt 4-channel amp? And then the next question is 1 or 2 amps installed.
The amplifier is a 4-channel 1,000-watt amp, so 250 watts per channel, separated just like you would have separated on the Curve. And it is one amplifier. So you don't have, currently right now we have a 1,000-watt amp in the Curve, and then you have a kind of a side amp, a supplemental amp that just spreads that out, so you can take it from 2 to 4. The actual Phantom amp is 4 channels with 4 outputs that you have, so you can have everything in one chassis, if you will. And to give you an idea, it's a couple inches wider than the standard 1,000-watt amp that we have in the Curve and the Mini. So, it's very small in size, and it's one particular unit as opposed to having the main amp and then having the side amp, if you will, that distributes from 2 to 4 channels.
And this other one, so for the Phantom, do we need a second screen to use the service menu?
Yes. So if you connect the Phantom to a TV and you hit the service screen, that is what it will show over your L-bar experience.
So it's not technically a second screen, right? It's just the TV that it's connected.
Correct. Just, yep.
Okay. There's lots of questions here. I'm so sorry. Can the remote collection report be sent as an email or PDF?
That is not something that we can do out of the box with the operator or copilot, but easy enough to take a screenshot and share it. Jeff, anything to add there?
No, we were looking at some of the stuff, and it's not going to be in this first implementation, but we're going to get that feedback and potentially make changes.
Awesome.
This looks like a follow-up question for the tap to pay device. So a tap device does not need to be put on the jukebox, correct?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, there's so many questions. This one's not really related to what we covered, but it's kind of. So how can AMI help operators to crack down on illegal use of streaming music?
This is something we've been working on for the last several years. And I can say frankly that we haven't got a lot of participation from the PROs to help us crack down on that, but we're re-engaging with them now. There's a new PRO out there called Global Music Rights, GMR. They seem to be a little bit more aggressive, and we're having conversations with them. What's interesting is, and I think as an operator, each of you have probably had some locations that get harassed by the PROs to make sure that the license or that the content's fully licensed. Obviously, with our licenses, we can give that to the operator, to the venue, and the venue can report back to the PROs. But we do need to get better buy-in because I see a lot of locations that are running unlicensed music. And if we report these up to the PROs, sometimes they act on it, often they don't. So with some new PROs that are out there and with us re-engaging, hopefully we can kind of push the ball forward on that a little bit. And as that unlicensed music within locations becomes a little bit wider spread, hopefully they'll be a willing participant and a partner in cracking down on these. But there's definitely room for improvement. It's an industry-wide issue. But we're pushing as much as we can to get engagement with them so that we can start to enforce some of these. And, further, it's not, it would be helpful, just being transparent. What we need as an operator manufacturer of audio content is not just giving the location the right to cure to say, hey, you didn't have the license. If you get this year's license, we kind of forget about all the past indiscretions. But what would be really beneficial is if we can actually get a penalty for some of those locations so that, they get dinged very hard, and that will stop a lot of that unlicensed music, powered speakers running through, if they're doing YouTube, if they're doing Spotify, if they're doing Tidal or whatever system they have, Sirius Radio, that actually kind of mutes that a little bit. But there's definitely some work to be done, and we're working all avenues to try to accomplish that mission.
And I think with the Phantom, we've also got the right product in some markets to challenge the Spotify's and other streaming services that are illegal to use in these venues. So I think that's also now a solution that we can present to some of these venues.
And if I can add just one more thing to that too, I spend quite a bit of time in the field with operators at locations, as does my team. And I can tell you, we have more locations that are complaining to us and to the operators that their costs for, running ASCAP license, CSAC, BMI, GMR, those costs are rising significantly. And the locations themselves organically are looking for alternatives to save them costs for operating to provide content. So, we're kind of coming to an intersection of where the locations need another solution to eliminate some costs, and we have a product that we can provide that does exactly that.
Okay, we were almost at time here, so I'm going to do about 2 or 3 more questions. What type of device goes into a game like a race car or a flipper machine?
That would be the mobile mech. It's a small device. Actually, I've got one here I can show you. This is the device that goes into, goes into whatever unit that you have, whether it be a pinball machine, whether it be a crane, anything that's going to take a dollar or an electronic mech. This is the device that you can use in a location. It's very easy to set up. There's a harness here that plugs into whatever harnessing you have that can go into the coin mech or the bill acceptor. That's going to give you the power, and then the AMI app works directly with this to trigger the machine. If you've got a pool table, then it's a slider mech that you can plug into the device that takes coins. If it's a slide mech, It replaces that. It still takes coins. It does full accounting, and it just opens up the gate so that you can slide in the mechanism and play a game of pool or whatever else you may have out there that actually has a slider mat.
Okay, another Amusement Connect question. Does AMI sell kits to upgrade dartboards and pool tables to Amusement Connect?
Yes.
So did they just contact their local AMI
You
rep?
can you can contact one of our RSMs or myself. You can contact somebody at Amusement Connect, and we can get you what you need to get those games online.
Okay, and then we're just going to do one final question, and then any of the questions that weren't answered, a lot of them seem to be related to just other, hardware questions that we will get back to. We will have the RSM reach out to you. So the final question is, when is Remote Collect going to be active?
So Remote Collect is rolling out right now. It has two requirements. You need to be on the right type of jukebox software, and you need to have the right type of right software on Copilot if you're doing the Remote Collect through Copilot. So both those softwares are rolling out. If you want to try it, Jeff's running some uh, uh, quick updates to test this out with early adopters. We've already tested it out with a few operators, but I think most of the field should have this in January.
And then that's all that I have for questions. Kapil, Chris, you can wrap it up. Chris, I know you wanted to announce the winner of the Phantom. So that's
Yeah,
all.
as usual, I want to say thank you all for taking your time to jump on this webinar to get an idea of what we're introducing, what's rolling out now, what's available now. And I see, knowing what's going on behind the scenes, I see several more of these coming throughout the course of 2026. So very excited about that. And we know your time is valuable, so thanks for hopping on for this update. The winner of the Phantom base unit is John Humphrey at Southland, and we'll get that out the door here within the next day or so and get that sent directly to you. And again, we appreciate your time and we appreciate your participation on this, certainly.
Thank you all.